A boy named Temujin grows up in poverty after his father is poisoned. Betrayed by tribes, he rises through courage and strategy, uniting the Mongol clans and building the largest land empire in history. In the harsh, unforgiving expanse of the 12th century Mongolian steppe, a child was born, clutching a blood clot in his fist, a sign foretelling a future as a great conqueror. This boy was named Tim. His early life was shaped by the brutal realities of nomadic existence, a world governed by shifting alliances, ancient traditions, and the constant struggle for survival. His father, Yasuge, was a respected chieftain of the Borgin clan, a minor but proud lineage within the loose confederation of Mongol tribes. Yasuge had forged a name for himself as a capable warrior, securing a precarious stability for his family and followers. He arranged a betrothal for his 9-year-old son, Temujin, to Bert, a girl from the influential Okanut tribe, a strategic alliance meant to fortify their position and secure a brighter future. The customs of the steppes dictated that Temujin would live with his future in-laws for a time, a period of integration and bonding. It was on the journey home, after leaving his son, that fate dealt a devastating blow. Yasuge, weary from his travels, accepted the hospitality of a rival Tatar encampment, a gesture of peace that masked a deadly intent. The Tatars, harboring a long-standing grudge, laced his food with a slow-acting poison. Yasuge managed to ride back to his own camp, but the poison had already taken hold. He died shortly after, leaving his family leaderless and vulnerable. The world Temujin knew collapsed overnight. His father's followers, seeing no advantage in serving a mere boy, abandoned the family. The clan, which had once offered security, now cast them out. Led by his mother, Holin, Temujin and his siblings were driven into a life of extreme poverty and desperation. They were forced to scavenge for roots, hunt small rodents, and fish in the Annan River just to stay alive. This period of hardship was a crucible, forging in Temujin an unbreakable will and a deep-seated understanding of human nature's darkest aspects. It was during these years of destitution that the seeds of his future greatness were sown, watered by betrayal and the bitter taste of helplessness. The life of an outcast was fraught with peril. Temujin was a constant target, a living reminder of a broken lineage that others sought to erase completely. He was hunted by the Tiashiad, former allies who now saw him as a threat to their newfound power. In a dramatic chase, he was captured and forced into servitude, shackled in a wooden kang, a heavy collar that served as both a prison and a public humiliation. Yet, even in this state of degradation, Temujin's spirit remained unyielding. He watched, he listened, and he waited. With the help of a sympathetic guard, he orchestrated a daring escape under the cover of darkness, hiding in the river with only his nostrils above the water until his pursuers gave up the search. This escape was more than just a flight to freedom. It was a declaration of his refusal to be broken. His resilience attracted the attention of others who admired his tenacity, including a young man named Boorku, who would become his first and most loyal general after helping him recover his stolen horses. These early experiences of betrayal and survival instilled in Temujin a keen sense of loyalty and a ruthless pragmatism. He learned that alliances were fluid and that trust was a currency more valuable than any herd or treasure. He also learned the art of strategy, not on a grand battlefield, but in the desperate game of outwitting his enemies just to see another sunrise. He began to gather a small band of followers, men drawn to his charisma and his unwavering determination. This was the nascent form of his future army, a brotherhood forged in shared hardship and a common desire for a different world, a world where loyalty was rewarded in strength, not birthright alone, determined a man's worth. He had yet to unite a single tribe, but he was already building the foundations of his power, one loyal follower at a time. As Temujin matured, his ambition grew from mere survival to the monumental task of reunification. He remembered his father's vision of a united Mongol people and sought to make it a reality. His first major strategic move was to reclaim his betrothed, Bert. This was not just a matter of the heart. It was a political necessity. By honoring the alliance his father had made, he signaled his respect for tradition and his reliability as a partner. The marriage to Bert brought with it a significant dowry, including a luxurious black sable coat. In a masterstroke of diplomacy, Temujin gifted this coat to Togrul, the powerful Khan of the Kharit tribe and a former ally of his father. This act re-established a vital connection, securing a powerful patron who recognized Temujin's potential. This alliance was soon tested when Bert was kidnapped by the Merkit tribe, an act of revenge for a past grievance involving Temujin's mother. Enraged, Temujin called upon his new ally, Tagrul, and his childhood friend and blood brother, Jamuka, who had also become a powerful chieftain. Together, they amassed a formidable army and launched a surprise attack on the Merkit encampment, crushing them and rescuing Bert. This victory was a turning point. It announced Temujin's arrival as a serious military leader on the steppe. His tactical brilliance, combining speed, surprise, and coordinated movements, earned him widespread respect. More warriors flocked to his banner, attracted by his generosity in distributing spoils and his meritocratic approach, where promotion was based on skill and loyalty rather than lineage. He began to systematically dismantle the old, fractured tribal system, replacing it with a unified military and civil administration. He codified laws known as the Yasa, which promoted discipline, forbade kidnapping and theft, and established a new order built on his authority. Through a combination of brilliant military campaigns, strategic alliances, and ruthless suppression of his rivals, including his eventual and tragic break with Genghis, Temujin brought all the disparate and warring Mongol clans under a single banner. In 1206, at a great assembly he was proclaimed the supreme leader of all Mongols, receiving the title Genghis Khan, meaning oceanic or universal ruler. The boy who had scavenged 4 roots had become the master of the steppes. With the Mongol tribes united for the first time in history, Genghis Khan unleashed their collective power upon the world. He turned the formidable Mongol cavalry, honed by a lifetime of nomadic warfare, into the most devastating military machine the world had ever seen. His army was characterized by unparalleled discipline, mobility, and sophisticated tactics, including feigned retreats, complex flanking maneuvers, and an advanced signaling system. The first to feel the wrath of this new power were the neighboring sedentary civilizations. He launched a series of campaigns against the Western Xia and the Jin dynasty in northern China, shattering their armies and sacking their great cities. He then turned his attention westward, towards the powerful Khwarezmian Empire in Central Asia. After the Khwarezmian Shah made the fatal mistake of executing Mongol envoys, Genghis Khan unleashed a multi-pronged invasion of such scale and ferocity that it became legendary. Cities that resisted were utterly destroyed, their populations massacred, in a calculated policy of terror designed to encourage others to surrender without a fight. His generals, Subutai and Jib, led a reconnaissance and force expedition that circled the Caspian Sea, a testament to the incredible range and endurance of the Mongol forces. Under his leadership, the Mongol Empire expanded with breathtaking speed. His sons and grandsons continued this expansion after his death in 1227, pushing into Russia, Eastern Europe, the Middle East, and the remainder of China. At its zenith, the Mongol Empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe, covering over 22% of the Earth's total land area. It was the largest contiguous land empire in history, a colossal dominion forged by the will of one man. Through his unparalleled military genius and political vision, he had not only united the nomads of the steppe, but had also bridged east and west, creating a new world order on the foundations of the old, building the largest land empire in history.